Good evening, and welcome to Science and Sorcery, the show where science communicators play tabletop role-playing games. We are back after a long time away with our Playing for Palestine streams and our live shows in London. We are back with our campaign, Witness to Ruin. I am your Dungeon Master, Dr. Raidman, and I am joined by my players playing for hapless teenagers chosen by the gods to maybe avert the apocalypse or maybe cause it. We'll find out. And they are played by Sam Langford, Rachel Williams, Khalil Thurlaway, and Alex Watts. We're very excited to be back. Couple of quick announcements before we get started. First one, on the 31st of May, 7 p.m., you can join Sam, Rachel, and some guests to be determined. We know who they are, but you don't yet. For our Crab Museum collaboration stream, because our niche seems to be niche museums and us playing tabletop role-playing games. So Sam's going to be DMing Crabs on Bikes, a Kids on Bikes spin-off. That's bound to be a lot of fun. So please do tune in. Other announcements. We're 4 followers off of 500 on Twitch. That's really cool. We raised $2,000 for Palestine Children's Relief Fund. That's also really cool. We're going to be at the Royal Institution this summer on the
27th, yeah.
27th of July for 2 shows. You can come and watch me, Sam, Rachel, and Khalil, sadly no Alex, play 2 separate games of to-be-determined TTRPGs at the Royal Institution. A strong science focus on both those games. 1 kid-friendly show, 1 13+, so please do get your tickets now. Very exciting stuff. Do we have other announcements? It's been so long.
I'd just like to announce I'm really excited to be back playing.
I know, me too.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the last episode of Witness to Ruin.
Yeah, 30 is a good number, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, I'd like Nimbo's not at full health. He's got, I think, 2 or 3 spell slots left. Yeah, well, what could go wrong?
I'm not reiterating.
I think it's been a really good run.
I cannot reiterate how often I've said this fight club is non-lethal fights only.
You also used the words "to the death," so
yeah,
like I'm getting mixed messages here.
Yeah. What's going on?
Non-lethal, but to the death.
Yeah.
Non-lethal to the death fights. Child safe. As a quick recap for our viewers, our teenagers are attempting to avert/cause the apocalypse, we'll see. But that's currently besides the point, because what they're actually doing is they are exploring Emerald Snowflake's tragic backstory and are trying to find a way to murder the mayor of Elmsford in order to get revenge for the death of Emerald's families. In doing so, on the hunt for a werebear who has infected Nimbo, the cleric, they have now ended up in an underground fight club beneath a tailor shop, where they have been told they must fight to 0 hit points against an opponent each. And the loser will get a healing potion shoved down their throat. I have told you this 4 times. I'm telling you again. So that's where we're going to start up. And in order to win these fights, our players will be relying on Valkyrie dice. ValkyrieRPG.co.uk is an incredible sponsor who've been amazing to us, and who have also been one of the people who has given us things for the Playing for Palestine giveaway. If you use the code Sci and Sorcery on the Valkyrie website, you can get 30% off your order, which is amazing. So please go and support them if you need more dice. My dice roll great. Khalil's roll terrible. We have the same set.
I'm going to be honest.
See if Nimbo survives.
I don't think it's the dice because joke.
I just lie.
I know that these are quantum entangled with your dice, and there's a kind of just a fate there, but these dice have no excuse. So.
Fair enough. And actually, Sam, I did just mention the giveaway. Have we announced the winner yet?
No, I've been taking a break.
No, that's absolutely fine. Just checking I didn't miss it. That's fine. Stay tuned for that announcement next week on Science and Sorcery. Right. Yeah, we are starting off our session in the basement of a tailor shop. But it's very clearly not just the basement extends far beneath the tailor shop. It seems to span maybe half the block. You've been led down here by Ping, the Owlin tailor and bouncer, who seemed a little bit frustrated with your earlier efforts to bribe your way into their fight club. But when you showed up in the company of an elderly turtle named Art and a hot woman named Brunhild, who knew the password, Ping let you in, escorted you in, and said anyone who first enters the needle must fight. Ping brings you over to a table around which sit your 3 other potential opponents. A relatively handsome high elf who is lounging quite casually with a sort of like loosely draped tunic covering most of his torso, but it's like kind of cropped. He would be handsome if it wasn't obvious that his nose has been broken far more times than he can probably remember. It is not necessarily pretty. He's definitely got like a deviated septum at this point. Another who greets.
So you're saying he's sleep deprived?
Yes.
That deviated septum, that's really going to mess with the sleep. You're not going to get enough REM cycles.
He's a high elf. Yeah. I thought this through. Next to this elf sits a Goliath woman covered in like stick and poke tattoos, who as Ping approaches reaches one hand out, grabs Ping around the waist and pulls her in for a kiss. The third person at the table is a small elderly looking gnome dressed entirely in feathers. She is smoking a long pipe and sharpening a cutlass.
I believe I still, if my memory serves me right, have detect magic active from the end of last session.
Yes, you do.
What kind of vibes am I getting from these people?
So you noticed earlier up in the shop already that Ping's fans, which they carry around in their waist belts, are magic. And these seem to have some kind of like steel reinforced frame with sharpened edges. These are likely Ping's weapons. The elf, similarly, magic spear, non-magic shield. The Goliath has similar magic fans. The gnome's sword is not magical, but her cloak is.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I'm still disguised as a Goliath, I believe.
You are. Your disguise is probably going to last another 20 minutes.
Important science question here.
Yes.
How does an owlin kiss with a beak?
A lot of time.
That is an... Yeah. Yeah. Like the French. All birds are French, Alex.
All French people have beaks.
Yeah. You heard it. That's just science.
Facts.
I've never been. I assume it's... Yeah. Legit.
Sorry to any French people watching.
We don't apologize to the French, Sam.
No, we do. We'll just make that clear. We do.
I do, personally, yeah.
It's alright. France doesn't exist and neither does Britain. not just because all borders are made up, but because we're in a fancy world.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Except for space France, which is a different thing.
It has a god emperor, Jeremy Corbyn, so
Yes.
maybe Space Britain is real too then.
So your magic,
Nah.
your detect magic's up, and your disguise is going to drop
Yes.
in 20 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
I think M is also
Cool.
still disguised for the next 20 minutes, but I could not tell you what M is disguised
I
as.
think I just went for
It's
like
been
a
a month.
regular human.
Regular dude, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say regular dude M. And Muck is just wearing Muck's cloak, and Blurta is just Blurta. Cool.
Can't improve on blood.
No.
You can, but she doesn't think you can.
Right. You also, these are the people you've been sort of brought towards, but there are also other people scattered around at tables all around a deep pit, set about 20 feet deep into the ground, that is separated into 4 sections within it. And the internal walls have windows in them to allow the people fighting to see what's happening in the adjacent squares.
What are the windows
Art
made
and-
out of?
Hmm?
What are the
What are the
windows
windows
made out of?
They're
what are they
like, there's no glass or anything. It's just like a hole.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's all stone beyond that, and a like straw floor. Art and Brynhild grab go and join a couple of people at another table as Ping turns back around to you. Right. Any questions?
So, is this to the death?
Sort of. First person who gets knocked out gets a healing potion.
Oh, okay. Just getting the stakes.
No, this is we just want to see what you're made of. Even if you lose, you're still welcome to stay.
And are we fighting clean or dirty?
As clean as we can get away with.
All right.
Not just strips off.
The mud wrestling's in the other pit.
Mutt takes a razor blade out of her mouth and puts it in her inventory.
Well, on the subject of like fighting clean or fighting dirty,
Mhm.
I don't know if it's right at this instant. It'll probably be in a sec once this dialogue is over, once there's a bit less attention on me. But I just want to note my intention. I'm gonna do some nodding nosebleed.
Okay. Let me remind myself what those do.
It turns all damage received to D4s, but apparently there's a risk if I take loads of it.
Yes, there is. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is this a drink?
No, it's a
it's
herb
a-
we found in
That's
the
right.
swamps
That's
Yeah.
right.
when we were delivering our racist cake.
Oh, fucking hell, that,
Oh no, we turned it into a sexy cake, didn't we?
yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's
all
what it
went.
a racist cake, and then we turned it into a sexy cake.
I think it was both.
Yeah.
Rachel suggested the problematic cake, and then we decided not to do that.
Oh, rats.
No bullywugs.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, I'll do it like before we go in, but like maybe not necessarily in the middle of a conversation.
No, that's yeah. Anything else?
Are there any
I'm
what are the perks? Any rewards other
You
than
get to stay.
obviously a place like this?
Do we win anything?
Invitation's worth its weight in gold.
Look, there's a lot of interesting people that make their way around here.
Is there prize money if we win?
It sounds like it's just exposure.
On your first fight, no.
You know what? I've fought for dumber things.
We are combat interns.
And with that, I'm gonna start like doing some kind of like, very kind of like exaggerated limbering up and like surveying the arena, and kind of as I'm stretching in all sorts of different directions all over the body, I'm gonna try to turn into my hybrid form.
Yeah,
But
as Ping explains that the first fight, you will not receive any reward money. But they do, if you get accepted into the fight club, you'll be able to fight, wager, etc., and make profit if you're good enough. Nimbo, go ahead and make me your wisdom saving throw.
So this is the point where I'm really glad that I didn't trade in my moment of awesome for spell slots. Because I might need it.
Yeah.
My wisdom save is 17.
And you're trying to turn into a hybrid.
I might re-roll that by the look on the DM's face.
Yeah, if you want to re-roll, go ahead. You can use the higher result.
Yeah, you do. That's when it does become a fight to the death because the bear just kills everyone.
Could I possibly provide you with a nugget of science?
Have you already rolled the second dice?
So, in my defense, I was going to do this in the ring. I was narrating it just to get us moving along.
But you
because
jumped the gun.
I was just trying to get us out of that dialogue.
I think it's too late.
I'm gonna say if you've already rolled the
17,
dice, it's too late for
17,
science facts. 17,
17.
okay. You begin, and you've gotten the hang of this. You keep getting more control. And you begin trying to shift into your hybrid form, half bear, half nimbo, half bear, half nimbo. All bear, no nimbo. All bear. And you would, at the moment, would you have walked away from the group of competitors?
Like I said, I was intending to do it like when we were getting into the ring.
Okay, you weren't getting into the ring yet, though.
Yeah.
Would you like, what I will allow is you all to pick your opponents and for this to happen the moment you set foot into the ring.
Cool.
Cool.
The elf is looking attractive to Mark.
Case,
if no one else.
Can
Sorry,
I
we've got a
ask
roll.
all of you to please roll a d4 before Nimbo's transformation into all bear, no Nimbo happens.
I really don't want to fight
D4.
this little gnome. I feel like that's the worst one.
I got a 1 on my d4.
Okay.
I also got a 1.
2. Sam?
4.
Okay, in that case, we're just gonna start. M, you get to pick your opponent first.
So remind me, just like the
You've got
ancestry.
a high elf.
Yep.
High elf man with a sword, with a spear and shield.
Uh-huh.
Goliath woman with fans. Owlin with fans. Gnome with a cutlass and a pipe.
I'm really worried about that gnome. I don't like. I think that gnome has like a cloak of displacement or something on that's just gonna make it a fucking nightmare to hit, and I'm not good at that. So I am gonna say the Owlin.
The Owlin, okay. As you choose Ping as your opponent, you both clamber down a ladder into one corner of the ring. Blurta, you're up next. Muck and Nimbo both roll another d4, please.
See, I was going to pick the Owlin as well. So
you can pick their girlfriend. Both roll again until one of you gets a different number than the other.
Did Nimbo convey that the cloak was magic?
Make an insight check because Nimbo would not have said this out loud.
I wouldn't have had a way to do that.
I do not. No, that's so I'm going to go with the gnome.
Okay. Blurta faces off against the gnome. Oh, wrong arena. Okay. Muck, you get to pick between the Goliath and the elf.
Give me the elf. Give me the little Legolas. I'll roast him.
He's like Legolas, but like dark skinned and dark haired.
Great. Thematically, it works really well that I've got the Goliath because I'm disguised as a Goliath.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's
as
just
you
what I
all
was thinking.
clamber down into the ring, Nimba, you get about halfway across the ring to the inner corner where you've all been instructed to start. And I think, Sam, we can pull up the battle map now. When you're trying to shift into your hybrid form, and someone else has now stepped up to like a gong that's hung on the side and is like drawing the crowd's attention, getting the hype builds. And instead, what everyone watches as instead of waiting for the gong to sound, this Goliath man turns into a bear. And you immediately attack the creature nearest. Oh no, you did not fail your save by more than 10. So you simply turn into a complete bear instead of into a hybrid, dropping your disguise self, and then can make it all the way to the chair. As everyone looks on in confusion, and then you just hear one guy go, "Oh, my money's on the bear! Fuck yeah!"
So I don't look like a Goliath on all fours.
No, you're just a bear, and when you drop out of bear, you'll be Nimbo again.
Okay.
Can I ask a really important question?
Yes.
Nimbo or bear? What would people choose?
To be or
To encounter in the woods.
I mean, Nimbo already is kind of a bear.
Nimbo's a he, they, so I would trust them.
Exactly, agreed.
I feel like that's a little reductive. I know some very untrustworthy Guido.
And on that note, the gong sounds, and can everyone please roll me initiative?
Also, now I roll good.
That makes one of us.
So, God,
Yes.
It's me, Nimbo.
I'm quite familiar with what the hybrid form does to my stats.
Yes. You are a black bear.
Black bear. Okay, cool. I'll get that
Yes.
stat look up.
Yeah. That is your current stat block, yes.
Do I have any of my ancestry or class abilities?
Nope.
None whatsoever.
No.
Cool.
Apologies. You are a bear with resistance to non-magical weapons.
Or
immunity to
yeah.
non-magical weapons.
Which is totally cool because this person doesn't have any magical weapons apart from the two that they have.
Yes.
You can disarm them, as in take off their arms.
I'm not saying
that
one of
Limbo?
these people might have that ability, but one of these people might have that ability.
Huh?
To bear arms.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, one moment, please. I'm still rolling for my. Oh, where's my tracker gone?
Luckily, the academy teaches you to wield a greatsword with your feet as well, mostly for a secondary income. But,
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
I suppose today it's become worthwhile in battle.
Okay. Muck, what did you get on your initiative, please?
10.
Okay. M,
24.
of course. Nimbo,
14.
14, and Blorta.
22.
22, nice. Okay, in that case, unsurprising to literally anyone, M, you are up first. You see across the way in this pit, this owlin still doing some stretches, looks over at you and winks, but you go first.
Don't like the winking. I am just gonna look at them. How far away am I? Like within 30 feet?
Let me remind myself how big I've made this. You're 45 feet away currently.
Okay, I'm gonna move 15 feet closer.
Yep.
and then cast Suggestion.
Okay.
So
What kind of save?
it's a Wisdom save of 15.
19.
Yeah, great. What a waste of a spell slot. Cool. In which case, I am gonna incur the blood curse of the anxious, and so until the end of my next turn, if I make a intimidation check against them, I have advantage.
Amazing. Yeah, you can definitely try to frighten them.
Yep.
If you want.
But
Cool.
otherwise, that's me, and I will stay where I am.
Okay. Cool. Blurta, you're up next.
So
You face off against this feathery gnome.
So I just sort of appraise her for a second. It's like, nice cloak, looks flammable, and cast fireball.
Okay.
Obviously,
Save?
like, yes, please.
Natural 2.
There you go. And that is a 26 fire damage. I assume just done in such a way that it doesn't burn the customers.
Yeah, it's like the pit is set in such a way you can definitely, like, there's scorch marks and acid burns and, like, pits in the walls. Magic is a common occurrence down here, and they're definitely set up for it. 26, you said?
Yep.
Yeah. She takes the full force of this, and you realize the feathers actually aren't flammable. She does take all of the damage, but her outfit looks sooty, but not actively burning.
And I'm just going to get up onto the little stool.
Yep.
And just be like to the crowd.
Okay, yeah, you've got people like cheering. Your names were announced, or at least the names you gave.
Yeah.
So people are chanting Blurta's name currently. But that is Blurta's turn, and up next is Bridget, the Goliath, who is going to oh, yeah, no, that's too good. She is going to run towards the bear. The bear does have Nimbo's hit points, Khalil. Sorry, that's the one thing.
I was going to ask how hit points work.
Yes, yeah, no, you do have
Nice.
Nimbo hit points.
Okay, cool. I'm 100% going to lose this fight then.
Oh, okay.
Well, because if it was just like a wild shape and I just go back to being me after I lose their hit points or something.
No.
Okay, so I now have a CR 1/2 stat block. I've gone from being a level 6 cleric with like not many spells left, but like a lot of tools in his box to a CR 1/2 bear.
You can it's a bonus. Oh no, sorry, it's an action to try to go back.
Cool.
And you do have more hit points than a regular bear, at least.
Yes.
I assume.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it's
Sure.
not. No, it's you've got the bite and claw attack that I sent you, Khalil.
Yes.
It's not
Okay.
the,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But the rest of the stats are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Bridget is going to run 30 feet towards you, and then spins the fans and launches herself 15 feet into the air, and is going to try to body slam you. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please, to try to dodge out of the way?
A bear is actually more dexterous than a Nimbo, so this is pretty great.
In the average Nimbo.
Still only a 13.
Okay, yeah, a 13. She is going to land like shoulder first into this bear, and you're gonna split the bludgeoning damage between you. So you're gonna take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. But
Is it magic?
No, it's not. She's
Then I
just
don't-
falling on you. So realizing this, she then sort of dusts herself off.
So for the audience at
and-
home, that's just a reminder that lycanthropes
Werebear
are
Nimbo.
immune to damage from non-magical weapons.
Yes, absolutely. is going to stand up and is then going to try to frighten you as she looms over this bear. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Whose wisdom?
It's Nimbo's wisdom still. Sorry, intellectual traits are still also yours. Apologies.
I thought that was a
It's the
nat
first
one.
time you
It's a
fought
nat
as a
7,
bear.
so 14.
That is enough. You just sort of, as a bear, look her right in the eye. As she then lashes one of her gunbai across your face. So that is going to be a natural 20.
Cool.
And
this is going well.
It's going to hurt as the wind energy of this fan, it doesn't just lash you, it also throws you back into the wall. So it's going to do an additional amount of bludgeoning damage.
Will the wall
Although
hurt
you don't
me?
take that bludgeoning damage because
I'll try and sell it as if it is hurting me. I'll be like, "Oh, back of my head."
But yeah, but I'm not rolling 4d8 plus 4d10 is what I'm saying. Instead of just rolling 4d8s. So that's going to be 22 points of magical bludgeoning damage from this fan as it bashes into you.
I refer you back to my original statement that this bear is absolutely going to lose this fight.
Cool. And that is her turn, and brings us next to the Owlin Ping. She is sorry, they are going to use a very similar technique to their girlfriend Sam. So they are going to, let's see, come within 10 feet and then jump up into the air with their wings, using their wings to accelerate, and leap down and attempt to leap on top of you. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Dexterity, of course I can. D20. That is a not natural 20, 16 plus 4.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. As Pink tries to land on top of you, you manage to dodge out of the way, but they come in afterwards with a blow from their fan as well, which is going to be 16 to hit.
Yeah, meets it.
Okay, which is going to be 14 points of slashing damage.
Whew. Yeah, I'll take that right in the face and like look straight back at them. Like, this doesn't seem like it's up to health code.
That's why we're doing it, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't understand what's going on.
That brings us to Nimbo, as M wallows in confusion.
So if I turn back into me, then
Yes.
it'll be obvious that I was disguised.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna take it like a champ. I'm gonna stay in bear form.
Okay.
And I am going to I'm gonna use, so with my multi-attack, normally it's a
Yeah.
bite and a claw.
Yeah.
Could I use 2 claw attacks instead?
Yes. Absolutely.
Great, because I do not want to pass this on.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Always
yeah.
play safe, kids. So yeah, it's gonna be 2 bear claw attacks.
we need a were person.
We can cross that bridge when we come to it. Like, we can do that under controlled circumstances. 11 and 21. I'm assuming
11
one of them
misses,
hits.
21 hits.
Yes. All right. D10s. It's going to be 14 plus 4, 18 points of slashing damage.
Amazing. You can see this Goliath is like laughing as a bear is battering them.
Also,
with 2
I need to take a
massive
wisdom
claws.
saving throw because
Are you
if I
below half hit points?
way below. If I start my turn with fewer hit points than half my maximum, I went into this without my maximum. I need to make a DC 8 wisdom saving throw. which I make with a fucking 9. I rolled a nat 2.
You need to roll a nat 1 in order to fail this, then.
Yeah, that became this
yeah.
close.
I will say, if you fail that save, I will flip a coin to see if it's a claw or a bite attack.
Absolutely fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's bloodlust. You're not in control anymore.
Yeah. That makes complete sense.
Yep. Okay.
The bear doesn't have any bonus actions, so I'm just gonna kind of roar and rear up on my hind legs and make a big show out of it. Really get the crowd going.
Yeah. The crowd is like chanting, just like bear, 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 bear.
What type of bear? What type of bear is Nimble?
It's a black bear.
So statistically, a black bear. I'd quite like him to be some kind of like sun bear or something. You know, the ones with like the cool patterns of like arcs of color and the weird googly eyes and the long tongue.
If it was a black bear, would it be an American black bear or an Asian black bear?
Neither.
Oh.
Or
Neither
like
of those places exist.
the evolutional equivalent of each of those.
No. Because neither of those places exist, and so that's not a question we need to ask or answer.
I like this. I like the sun bear idea. Like their
Like
tongues.
I'm
are
going
weird.
for aesthetics with the sun bear rather than like evolutionary history.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rule because of this decision that there definitely are sun bears on this continent.
Yay!
Things that look like sun bears and that are called sun bears. Whether or not they have the same evolutionary origin is no.
Oh my god, do they have some kind of like incredible divine cult? Anyway, later.
Like some sort of kind of helio cult. Yeah.
You'll need to travel south to figure that out.
Okay, we're just dropping this entire quest and investigating bear cults.
Yeah, first, we need to get out of the fighting pit.
Speaking of the fight we're in, Muck, it is your turn next.
Oh, that elf rolled so badly on initiative.
He did. He got a nat 1.
All right, what Muck is going to do then is pop her speedy. Going to take a potion of speed that she's been saved in her inventory.
Absolutely.
Like fucking toss the bottle over her shoulder, rub her hand,
smashes against the wall.
and then get ready, like just kind of snarl and then Naruto run towards this elf before making 3 attacks with her greatsword.
Absolutely, yeah, you can absolutely do that.
All right, the first one is a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Then I'm gonna add my inspiration that I apparently have. Can I do that?
No, because those don't carry over
Okay.
from session to session.
All right, that's fine. Then I'll roll again. Oh, 16 to hit.
That just hits.
Sick. Okay, and then another 16 to hit.
Both of those hit.
So let's have a look. What is that? That is 16 damage plus 14 damage will give you 13 slashing damage from that.
Amazing. Yeah. The first strike, Artelon, the elf, brings his shield up. The second strike knocks it out of the way, and you cut a gash down his arm. And then the third strike just goes across his chest.
But then how is he looking at this point? Just a quick question.
You've done a fair bit of damage.
All right, then Muck is gonna action surge, and hit him 2 more times. So that is 15 to hit.
Just misses.
Yeah, and then 21 to hit. 30,
That does
obviously.
hit. Yeah.
So that'll be an extra 12 damage, please.
Okay. Okay, yeah. He's not yet at half hit points, but that's done a lot of damage.
I just did 42 damage on 1 turn. I'm happy. That's the end of my turn. Thank
He
you.
went from looking like he was like shining up his armor and like starting to get like a chant going to his nose is broken again. What the fuck?
Muck has been waiting for this moment to test her metal in a one-on-one fight for a very long time, so she's going ham.
We now come to her.
Without wanting to derail
Yes, please.
the combat too much, I forgot that I took nodding nosebleed, so that damage that the Goliath did to me would have been D4s instead of the normal damage dice.
I think under the circumstances, you definitely need that to bring that back in.
Yeah.
Whilst those numbers are being done, welcome in Alison, who just followed. A mathematician. You
13
came in
points of damage instead, hello.
Came in just as Rachel was doing some maths. 16 plus 14. That's the level of mathematics you expect here. Welcome in.
Quick maths.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, okay, so Nimbo actually only took 13 damage instead of 24, I think. Right. It is her's turn. She is up next. And by her, I mean the mysterious gnome dressed entirely in feathers. Who is... Let me see what her movement is. Okay. She is still smoking the pipe.
Even though the pipe is entirely on fire, probably. Just like...
Yeah, it's just adding to the general smoke of her entire being. She doesn't have any ranged options. But she is going to dash up to Blurta, and as part of this, make an intimidation check. As you just see this small feathery bullet dashing towards you in a cloud of smoke that you're partially responsible for. But the fact that she's unfazed by the fireball you threw at her is concerning. She got a nat 16 on her intimidation plus 8, so that's a 24 intimidation, which means she gains panache. And she looks through one of the windows and sees Ping and M next to each other, and just yells, "You got this, Ping!" And Ping also gains panache, so they both make their attacks with advantage until the start of hers next turn. That is her turn, however. And that brings us to the elf. The elf looks up at you, Muck, and goes, "All right, yeah, I can work with this." He's gonna try to rile up the crowd. As he tries to get that chant going for his name, he gets a 20 on his performance check as the crowd shifts in his favor. From now on, as long as he has the crowd's favor, he scores a crit on an 18, 19, or 20, and regains 10 hit points if you bring him down to 0. He is then going to make 2 attacks against you. The first, he's going to try to bash you with his shield.
May I ask how I would get the crowd on my side? I'd have to waste an action on a performance check, otherwise he won't die.
No. There might be other ways, but they revolve around him rather than around you.
Good to know. Thank you.
His shield bash misses with a natural 3, and his second attack, however, is going to be a 23 to hit as he tries to bring his spear in between 2 plates of your armor.
That might be something. Yeah, that would hit.
Yeah.
Is it a magical spear?
Is
this magical damage?
It is magical damage. He's going to be 12 points of piercing damage from the spear.
Oh.
That is his turn, and that brings us back around to M, with Blurta on deck.
Okay, I'm going to cast Enlarge on myself.
Yes, please! I will make you big.
So there's just this giant leopard now, standing in front of an owlin, and I'm going to try to intimidate the owlin, with. So who was it that gave them panache?
It was the gnome.
Okay. We'll look directly at this owl and be like, "You can't win fights on your own. You have to have friends. Do it. We are fighting 1-on-1."
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
I do that with advantage because of the,
Yeah, because
the
of your
blood
blood
curse. That is a natural 20 on a Valkyrie dice.
Nice.
For 23.
Yeah. Yeah. They are, for a brief moment, they are. They're not expecting you to become so big. They're definitely frightened.
Why don't you
Anything
fuck
else in your
off?
turn?
Let me win. Fuck off.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Lurta.
Okie dokie. So, I am going to grab my bag of caltrops and drop them on her spot.
Okay.
So, on her turn, that
Mhm.
means she has to succeed on a DC 15 dexterity throw or not move.
Mhm.
To otherwise, she takes 1 damage and her speed is reduced by 10 foot.
Okay.
So I'm going to just throw that down on. So basically, as she's already starting there, she does
This
not
will
have
be
to
your
move.
action.
Yes, that's fine. That is
Yeah.
what it's for. And then, as my bonus action,
Mhm.
I am going to Misty Step over to where. What's the range of Misty Step? 30
30
foot.
feet, I
So I'll
believe.
basically, I'm just going to Misty Step behind her and then like scooch over to the corner she started in, and just be like, "You're so slow, old lady. Why are you even here?"
This is some Life of Brian shit.
Okay. All right, I will let you move yourself, and that brings us back around to the Goliath, who's having a lot of fun with this bear, and is just going to make 2 more attempts with the fans to try to harm you.
My AC is like minus a million, so
Okay.
it's 11 right now.
Okay, then both will hit. The lowest I got was a 13, but it is D4s, not D8s. So the first attack's 8 bludgeoning damage, and the second one is going to be 9 bludgeoning damage. As these boar fans batter you, their sharpened edges cutting into your skin despite the fur. Interesting bear. And that brings us back to the Owlin, who is frightened, and therefore will be making attacks at disadvantage. Interesting. Can't move closer to you, but that doesn't mean they can't move. So she is going to... Her first attack, she's going to try to grapple in. And will... This is... No, that's a 9 to hit. She's going to try again, though. Does an 18?
Yeah. How does grappling work, just out of interest? Like,
She just latches onto you, doesn't do any damage, and swings herself up onto you. So she's sort of standing behind your head, like on your shoulders right now.
Okay.
You're being Shadow of the Colossus, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So you are currently in the same space. But that is gonna be all she can do on her, or they can do on their turn. Nimbear.
Funny you should talk about grappling, because at this rate, I've probably got about 5 to 10 seconds left of consciousness in me. So what I'm gonna try and do, and this might be somewhat, this might, I don't know how possible this is. First of all, I'd like to try and grapple the Goliath.
Absolutely.
So
Actually, can you start by making your wisdom save?
oh yeah, yes. I'm okay. 19.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, after kind of like standing on my back legs and like taking a
Yeah.
bunch of shots and stuff, I'm gonna try to like lean forward and just kind of tackle her.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be an 18 on the die. The
Yeah,
black bears +2. Oh wait, am I using werebear stats?
You're using werebear stats for the grapple.
+4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 22.
Yeah. Yeah. You managed to grapple this Goliath.
Amazing. And I know that my speed would normally be halved when moving with a grappled creature. I am probably bigger than this
You
creature.
are
We've
actually
described my bear
large.
form as large, right?
Yes. Let me change your token as well.
So
because
would that what would that do to my movement speed? Dragging a Goliath.
Oh, hold on.
Like, if I'm a giant, huge bear with a
What
movement
is your
speed of 40,
strength?
19. So basically, can I make it to the outside edge of the pit?
You know what? I'll say yes. You can.
Sweet. So yeah, I'm gonna pause on her shoulders, down into the ground, face to face with the bear. I put my mouth kind of around the top of her head, but not in a kind of biting grip, just in a gripping grip. And then I'm gonna try and throw her out the ring.
Okay. Make just a strength check.
Come on, dice, don't fail me now. That's a 19 on the dice, +4 is 23. So I want to throw her through that table. Sorry, the viewers can't see, but there is a small round table with a few customers seated around it, just to the north. Right?
You throw the Goliath, goes hurtling over and crash lands into this table, which splinters underneath her. The crowd goes wild. They're having a right old time.
The bear kind of I get back on my back legs and just.
I will say she will take some bludgeoning damage from this.
Tongue lolling around, eyes not looking in the same direction.
I'm just picturing a sun bear like dabbing now, which is just a weird.
The tongue is also dabbing.
And speaking of dabbing, Muck. Most likely member of the group to dab, I think, is Muck.
True.
Okay.
So, can I ask, you know how Nimbo's just made the crowd go wild? Does that mean they're no longer on this elf side?
No.
Okay. All right. So Muck doesn't know that. So Muck is gonna like lean in and be like, "Ha, you've lost them. They can't help you in here. This is my house." And I'd like to make an intimidation check.
Make an intimidation check. The crowd on your side of the room is so chanting, Artalon, Artalon, Artalon. So definitely still on his side.
All right, cool. Well, I've got a 5, so don't worry too much about that.
Oh, and actually, sorry. I believe. Can you make this a disadvantage?
Oh, okay.
Because of an ability he has, which mechanically would mean you'd have disadvantage, or he'd have advantage against this.
It's still a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just he spits a tooth out and looks at you and goes, "That's my name." They're saying.
And Muck goes, fair enough, and just gets her great sword and is gonna attempt to hit him.
Yep.
So first one's 21 to hit.
It hits.
Second one's 16 to hit.
Just hits.
Oh, and third one's a natural one, so we'll ignore that.
Will miss. The 16 is actually, he's going to use his reaction to parry that strike. So he adds 3 to his AC, so that one will also miss.
Okay, so then the
first one hits.
Okay, the first one, 16 damage.
Nice. Okay, yeah. He is now bloodied. He's definitely looking worse for wear. He's like bleeding from various cuts on his body, but he's still standing.
All right. Cool. I'm done.
All right.
No, thank you.
It is her turn again. I believe you said she had to make a dex save, Alex.
Yep.
That's 17. Oh, sorry, no, dex save. 20.
That makes it anyway.
Yeah. She's just gonna look back at you, go, huh. You're a bit boring, aren't you? And is just gonna dash back. Actually, no, she's not gonna dash. She's gonna move her speed to there. And sweep the cutlass around her.
Can I tell what her speed is from that? Was
30 feet.
Okay, cool.
That's her turn, so we go back to the gladiator, who is gonna try to shield bash you again, Muck. That's a miss. Gonna go for 2 spear attacks then. I have rolled 3 4s in a row. All of these strikes just, Muck, you dodge out of the way, you parry them. They just glance off your armor. You're standing fast, and you've got this guy backed into a corner. You're actually not doing too badly. Back to you, Blurt on deck.
So I have this Owlin.
You have an Owlin on your neck.
Okay, I'm going to use a bonus action to make my claws glow with frost.
Take your
I will take my damage. Yep. So I take 2 damage. And then I'm going to take an attack with my claws.
Absolutely.
So that is... right, let me just double check things. From that... I'm not joking, that is another nat 20. I'm not joking. I can take a photo of it.
No, that's right.
So that is a total of 23. So I've got...
On an unarmed strike?
It's my claw attack.
Your claw attack. Yeah, sorry, I forgot you've got claws.
Yeah. So that is 1d4 for that, 1d4 because I'm enlarged, and an extra d4 because of my Crimson
your
Right.
claws.
Okay.
Nice.
So 4 plus 2 plus 2, so 16. 4 of which is going to be cold.
Yeah.
And then with a dagger on the other hand, 2-weapon fighting, I'm going to try and stab with the dagger.
Okay,
that
go
I have,
for it.
Which won't have the modifier added on, but that is a 16.
16 does hit.
Okay. So that is going to be 7 points of...
You don't add anything to an offhand attack, it's just the dice.
Okay, sorry, I thought it was just the modifier. But
No.
fine.
Yeah, no.
So 3.
3.
Yeah.
You managed to pin the Owlin down despite the fact they're standing on you, and like draw some deep marks. They're not wearing any armor, they're still in their tailor's outfit. But they are quite nimble. Blurta.
Right, so I'm going to start off by moving underneath them, and then I'm going to fire 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Absolutely.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
And the other one's a 17, so...
Actually, can you re-roll one of those?
Any preference?
Nope. She's using her reaction.
That's higher.
Okay, that's fine. They both still hit then.
Okay, so she will be pushed back 20 foot for a start. And the first blast from my laser eye will do 9 points of force damage. And the second one will do 6. And then I will move... Wait, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4... further away along here with my remaining movement.
Okay. Cool. All right. That brings us back to the Goliath, who is, as the crowd is still chanting for the bear, you hear the Goliath start to laugh with glee. This seems to be the most fun fight they've had in a while. She is going to run to the edge and try to drive down on you again. So can you please make another dexterity saving throw as she once again propels herself into the air, which means she is now 20 feet above you.
So Nimbo, what's funny about this is Nimbo thought the fight was over. He thought he'd like thrown her out, and so he's like there celebrating, like hearing all the crowd chanting "bear, bear, bear," and then he just hears like, and that's gonna be a 16.
Okay, this means you managed to dodge out of the way, and she actually lands next to you. So she's gonna take all of. Oh. Moving things weird. One moment. She's gonna take all of the bludgeoning damage of that fall. Which is a whole 3 points of damage to her. Get back up and then make another 2 attacks with her fan against you. The lowest of those is a dirty 20 to hit. That is 10 points on the first attack.
Wait, are you using D4s, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled 2 3s and it's +4, and then 8 on the second.
With the second attack, the bear, bing bing, goes from like, and then these 2 fan attacks, it like teeters and totters, and it looks like it's gonna kind of fall over onto her, and she just kind of steps to the side and hit the dust. Big cloud of like sawdust and spit and blood, just.
As she throws her arms in the air and the crowd starts chanting her name. A halfling scurries down the ladder and provides Nimbo with a potion of healing. Nimbo, you come back at 8 hit points and get escorted out of the ring. As Bridget climbs up into the center wall and goes to watch the other fights. So she's just sitting up there chilling. The Owlin. The Owlin is going to yeah, she's got grappled. So she's going to take 2 attacks against M, and it's going to try to knock you prone with a kick on the first one.
Cool, they're still at disadvantage, right?
No, she's no longer frightened. It only lasts for a turn.
Cool.
So it's a natural 2 on the kick, but the other one is going to be a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Which is going to be 11 points of slashing damage as as her fans cut into the side of Giant M's head.
Okay. Not looking great, guys.
That is all she can do. So that brings us Nimbo, you're off on the side recuperating.
I think someone has brought over a large kind of like washing tub full of mead.
Yes.
And Nimbear is just kind of like slobber, and it's getting everywhere. But there's like massive beard and moustache of like suds and head just everywhere.
Brynhild and Art, who you came in with, have come over to you. They're the ones who've provided the mead. They're telling you, like, oh, you did a great job. I didn't realize you were a bear, though. Like, are you some kind of druid? Like, what's going on here? Interesting. And that brings us to Muck.
I feel like everybody knows what Muck is about to do. So I'm gonna go for that elf one more time, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, 23 to hit. Ooh, natural 1.
Hits. Miss.
Hits. Oh, okay. And then 28 to hit as well.
Yeah, 2 hits.
Yeah. Is he gonna do anything funky or
Nope,
elfy?
nope.
or-
He can only add
Sick.
3 to his AC, so.
I love that. All right. Well, that is 11 plus 15, so that is 26 damage, please.
26 damage. Yeah, he's not looking good. He is still up, but he's not looking good. Anything else on your turn?
Muck would like to roar towards the crowd.
The crowd is
almost-
like.
It's a little bit kayfabe, but you know, it's a little
Okay.
bit like I'm a bad guy wrestler, but it's also like, come on, you know, you like
Make
what
a
you're seeing right now.
performance check.
Oh no. Okay. That's an unnatural 1.
You're trying. The crowd's not having it. Yeah, no, you're fighting their favorites, I'm afraid.
Alright.
Which is difficult, yeah. It is the feathery woman gnome's turn next, and I believe Blurta is within range for her to finally do something other than dash. So she is going to move up into range, and she is going to belch the smoke from her pipe out at you. Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, that's not what I'm good at. Oof. That one.
You are poisoned until the end of her next turn, and you are in an uncontrollable coughing fit. So you're not going to be able to take any actions next turn either, because you failed it by more than 5.
Is that just actions, or can I still do bonus actions?
It's just... Ooh. Yeah, I'll allow you to take bonus actions. But you are... Hold on. Poisoned condition.
Poisoned is
You are-
disadvantage.
Yeah, so you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability throws. Yeah. Ability rolls. Okay, and then she is then going to... She's going to make an attack with her cutlass next. Which is going to be a 14 to hit?
Just hits.
Okay. D6s. Max damage for 16 slashing damage. That is her turn. The gladiator is up next. He's still got the crowd, and he is going to one more time try to shield bash Muck into the ground. Okay, that's a hit. That's a 22. Can you make a strength saving throw, please?
I would absolutely love to. That is a 19.
Okay, you stay standing. You do take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as the shield finally makes contact, like with your stomach. You manage
Is
to
that
keep your footing.
magical?
Our shield is not magical,
6 damage.
but his spear is, and that's what he's going to try to hit you with 2 times next.
Come on, baby.
So one of the attacks is an 17.
Nope.
The other one is an 18, which for him is a crit.
But it doesn't beat my armor class.
No, but for him it's a crit. No, it's a natural 18. So it's a 25 to hit.
Oh, okay.
And it's a
yeah,
crit.
that was-
So,
Alright.
here we go. So that is going to be 12 plus 14 is 26, plus 4 is 30 points of magical piercing damage. As the
Fill up.
spear manages to make contact with like a very soft part of your abdomen.
So, for the record, there are no soft parts of Muck's abdomen. She's just abs. But yeah, I am beyond bloodied at this point.
Yeah.
Abs on
the
abs on abs.
crowd
Yeah.
goes wild.
Those
That brings us back around to M.
So this Owlin is where on me right now?
Like still balancing on your shoulders.
And holding on tight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trust fall backwards to try and crush them.
Okay, I will, yeah, they're gonna make a dex save.
Okay.
You try to let go and roll out of the way. They get a 24. So they managed to roll out of the way, but you're no longer grappled.
Mm-hmm.
And they land 10 feet away from you.
Okay, and what does that count as in terms of action wise?
I'll do that. You fell prone, actually.
Right.
Which is, I'm gonna say that will be, what is that? Other DMs in the group, please.
Well, technically, I think it's free to go prone and half your movement to
yeah.
get up.
So I just get back
Yeah,
up again.
I think
that's
so,
rules
yeah.
as written.
Yeah, I think it's just a free action, yeah.
Cool. That's fine. In which case, then, after they land 10 feet away, I'm gonna launch a fireball at them.
Are you standing up?
Yes, I will use my movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just, that's
Sorry.
important for their next turn.
Yeah.
And you said fire bolt, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That is an 18.
That hits.
Cool. That is 12 points of fire damage.
12 points of fire damage. Awesome, yeah. They're singed, and you can see now they've got, like, frost crusting one side of their face. And they've got a cut down their arm as well. They're looking a bit hurt.
Okay.
Right.
What can I see from here? Can I see the other people, or is it only through little gaps?
From there, you would be able... So you can see the Goliath up on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably just about see Blurta, but you can't see Muck.
Okay, no worries, that's fine.
Yeah.
I am gonna move as far away as I can from them into
You
the
have
bottom.
half your movement speed
I'm gonna...
left, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna... No, that's an action, isn't it? To use my feline agility to double my speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll just use the remaining 15 that I have.
No, feline agility is free in action economy.
Is it?
Yeah.
It should say in your character sheet.
It's free, but you can't use it twice in a row.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
under
in that
other.
case, yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah,
then-
well, yeah. That case, it's, yeah.
Cool, that's fine. So I'll move into that bottom right corner as far away as I can.
Cool. All right, Blurta. You are coughing uncontrollably.
Okay. So she's going to use bonus action elemental gift flight.
Okay.
And she is going to just go 30 foot upwards
Okay.
if there's room to do that.
Yep.
That's her go.
Cool. All right.
And then actually, one thing is she's going
Blurta is getting booed at this point for constantly just dodging and not engaging.
She's only hit me once. I fireballed her. But at that point, I just make a show of theatrically like on top of her.
She just she inhales it and keeps smoking.
Okay.
This isn't much of a fight if you keep running away.
It isn't much of a fight if you never hit me.
We'll see about that. Okay, Bridget's just chilling on the wall. That brings us back to the Owlin, who is going to fly up into the air as well and gonna try to land on top of M again. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please, Em?
How much does this fucking thing move?
40 feet.
Feel
But
like
also, you're only 30 feet away.
Oh, I thought I was further away on the map.
No.
So that's a 14.
Okay, yeah. This time, when Ping lands on top of you, it's not quite like the same like it was before. You can feel that they've got a better spot sort of in between your shoulder blades, and you're gonna struggle to reach as long as they're there. You're also gonna take 9 points of bludgeoning damage when they land on top of you. They seem to have somehow gotten heavier as they drive down, and is then going to try and slash you with the fan at the same time as well. But that's a natural 5. I don't think a 12 is going to hit you.
Nope.
Okay. That brings us back around to Muck.
Okay, so the first thing that Muck is going to do is use her second wind to heal up. So second wind will give her 1d10 plus 6. However, we must not forget that during the course of this adventure, Muck has become the champion of Idle, god of criminals and justice, and in doing so has gained a ring.
Left.
I've got 4 hit dice left, and I'm using all of them. So that's 4d10 plus a bunch. So let me get 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll. Ooh, the mechanics of combat. Okay, so that's 19 from the die, which is actually a bit shit, but we won't get into it. And then how many do I get from my dice on top? Plus 2 times 4 is 8. 19 plus 8 is 27. And then plus an extra 6 from the thingy, my bob. So 27 plus 6 equals 33.
Okay.
Apply. All right, I'm back, baby. Okay. Oh, wait.
I think you've accidentally set your hit points to 0.
Yes, I have. I accidentally did 33 damage to myself. Let's not worry about that. Okay. Oh, wait. Don't worry. We'll come back to that. I think it's 36 overall.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to do 2 hits.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go. The first one is going to be a 26 to hit.
Hits.
And then one more. Okay, 23 to hit.
Both hit.
Okay, the first one, 13. Second one, 13. That's 26 damage to the twink.
He's still up. The
twink
is
obliterated.
He is breathing heavy, but the crowd is still chanting his name, and he's like, "You're not gonna get me down that easily." We come back to her.
Yeah, I'll get you. Don't worry.
We come back to her. The cloak. The cloak turns into wings.
Ooh.
As she comes and rises 30 feet up into the air to join you, Blurta, in the skies.
I will grant that is pretty sick.
And now we fight. And actually, as her movement, she's going to try to make another intimidation check to gain panache again. But that will... No, that's one beneath what she needed, so that will fail. She won't have advantage, but then she does make 2 attacks against you. Does a 12 misses, right?
Yep.
But a 23 will hit.
Yes. Just a wee bit.
That's going to be 11 points of slashing damage. As she managed, like, you dodge out of the way of the first cutlass strike, and the second one hits home.
Am I still sick, by the way, at this point?
You are at the end of her, or sorry, the start of her turn. You are end of her turn. You are no longer sick. Yeah. And then that brings us back to Artelon, the gladiator, with 2 hit points left. Is going to just make 3 spear strikes against Muck. That is a natural 18 again. So that's another crit for him.
Fine. Okay.
That's a 14, which I believe misses on the second.
Yeah, that misses.
And then a 19 on the last attack.
If it's the same as my AC, does it hit or not?
It meets it, beats it.
All right, yeah, go on then.
So the crit, you're going to take 22 points of piercing damage.
Is it magical?
Magical.
Still up.
And then the second attack, you are going to take another 12.
Still up. Is that magical as well? Yeah.
It is also, yes.
I'm still up. I'm still
Hell
up.
yes, Mark. We love to see it.
I looked through my inventory before we started playing.
Sensible, given it's been a month.
So
you were
did
both
I.
on 2 hit points, Mark.
But yeah,
You
I've
were
got
both
2
on 2 hit points, yeah. But first we come back around to N.
So I am not being grappled, right? They're just on. No. They're just attached to me. Okay.
Yes.
Additional question then is:
Yes.
if I'm using a magical item to cast a spell, does that count
Yes.
as a leveled spell use?
Yes.
In what context?
Yeah, I
Action
mean,
economy.
I would say yes, but what is the context?
Well, I want to. I'm potentially going to cast Fly, but then I potentially want to cast another spell, mid-flight.
How would you do that?
Well, I have a plan, but I don't want to talk it through unless it's not going to work.
But I can't say whether or not it'll work unless I know how you plan to cast this other spell. Because normally, if you cast a leveled spell, that's not a bonus action.
Yeah, that's what he was asking about.
Yeah.
He was asking about like if you use an item rather than
Yes.
a spell from
Yes.
your character.
Using the item would be an action.
Okay. Yeah, but then can I? So that it's not casting a spell then. So I could use a reaction spell as well.
You can only you can't choose to use your reaction. Your reaction happens on someone else's turn.
Right. Okay. Never mind.
The reaction happens in it as a reaction to something else happening. What is the reaction spell?
Featherfall.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, that's fine. No worries.
Also, I don't think your Ring of the Swift has any charges left.
Yeah, I re-rolled it.
No, it resets on a long rest, so you shouldn't have. You rolled the
right.
D20
Cool.
on
That's
when you
fine.
use it, but they don't reset the charges until the next dawn.
That's fine. No worries.
Yeah.
So they're in a place I can't get to them on my shoulder blades.
You can. You're at disadvantage to try to hit them.
Does that then become flat because I am large and have advantage on strength checks?
No, because it's an attack, not a strength check.
Okay. I can't really do anything then because this is not gonna hit them, but I'm gonna try to hit them.
Okay.
That's fine. Right, at disadvantage is gonna be 13.
13 will miss.
Cool. That's my turn.
You can make an offhand strike if you want.
No point. It's gonna do very minimal.
Alright. Blurta.
Okay, so I am going to use Phase Step.
Mhm.
So it's like, I know you're complaining about this, but you're the one with the sword. I'm a spell person. So I'm going to Phase Step. Oop, why did it reset me over there? So like over there.
Okay.
And then I want to basically use my Eldritch Blast to kind of diagonally snooker her into the wall.
She's too high up for that.
Even
Because
if
your
I-
Eldritch Blast only pushes 10 feet.
Yeah, so I can do that twice, so it'll be 20-foot push.
Okay, if you hit both, I'll allow it. It's not going to do any damage, but yes.
Yeah. But just
Because
for the
it'll
sort
only
of
be...
dramatic.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine. Yeah.
Okie dokie. Does a 14 hit?
14 just hits.
Okay, I'm going to use my thingy dice to nerd dice to re-roll the other one.
Okay.
And that will definitely hit in that case.
Yep.
So she is slammed 20 foot backwards into a wall, and she, in turn, takes. Let's hope I roll slightly better on this occasion. So that's more like it. 13 on the first blast.
Yeah. Nice.
And only 7 on the second. And presumably she's more or less in the opposite corner now.
Yeah, she's not quite in the corner, but like 5 feet away from it.
Yeah.
And down. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you are annoying.
I know, right?
But I can respect it. The Owlin is then going to leap into the air again from where they are at M's back. You make another saving throw, please.
Oh, sorry, just to throw in there,
Yes.
I also Chios takes an extra 3 fire damage. So I forgot to
Dex saving throw, Sam.
15.
15, I believe. Yep, that is a success. So she doesn't manage. She lands next to you again this time, but then brings one of her fans around. That's a 23 to hit on that.
Cool, I'm down.
Yeah. She brings the fan up and cuts up and through as the crowd starts to chant. Her girlfriend starts to cheer. And giant M's become smaller as they fall. And the same halfling comes scurrying down the ladder to provide a potion of healing, which is going to be 9 points of healing to M, who is then helped out of the ring and brought a pint of mead and sat down next to the bear, who I believe is still drinking a bunch of mead.
I just push the meat away.
Do you prefer something else?
I prefer nothing, thank you.
Okay. I mean, it was a good fight.
Oh, the bear's gonna intercept the mead being taken away, and
It gets poured into the trough.
Yeah.
Muck.
Hello. Okay, so let's start with a bonus action potion of greater healing. I'm just going to knock that back really quick. So that's 4d4 plus 4. Okay, here we go. Okay, 9 plus 4 is 13 healing, not damage. Do not die again. Okay, and then I am going to do 2 hits.
Yeah.
So just give me 1 second. Okay. First hit. 11.
Miss.
Second, natural 1.
No! Those also miss.
Okay. All right. Never mind. Healed myself, so that's good.
Are you still hasted?
I am,
Yeah,
but I used my bonus action.
It's you use the bonus action to make another attack, don't you?
Yeah,
On
shit.
haste.
Yeah. That is how it
Don't you get an
works.
extra attack action?
What? Haste gives you an extra action to make one attack.
Oh, okay.
Haste isn't. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
All
all
okay,
right.
well,
One
yeah,
more,
bonus.
baby.
I don't. Yeah. In that case, you've got one more attack.
Can I tell you about science?
Not after you roll the dice.
Okay, well that's a miss as well. I've absolutely
Okay.
missed once more. Okay.
This himbo elf is dodging. He's bringing his shield up just in time. He's parrying Muck's strikes as Muck's like chugging a healing potion, bashing into him, and he just won't go down. It is her turn next. She's gonna... Actually, she's gonna see if she regains her... No, she doesn't regain her belch smoke ability. She's gonna dust off her feathers, and dash to fly back up right next to... And just literally comes into your face.
Yeah.
I can respect you, but you're really pissing me off at this point.
I have that effect on people.
But that's her turn. Artelon. 3 spear attacks. Natural 20. I will roll this one first, because Mux has her Relentless Endurance, which she used her Moments of Awesome for. 26 plus 4 is... that is going to be 30 damage on the crits. which I believe Muck, you collapse, but you push through once again. You know you can beat this twink. And you're still up, but he's got 2 more attacks. Not 16. For a total of 23 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay. As he does another 14 damage and brings the spear deep into Muck's chest. Muck, you collapse. The crowd goes wild for Artelon. The halfling running, sprinting from where they've just helped Em off the ground, comes, pours a healing potion into your mouth, and it does nothing. We stay in initiative order. Flirta,
Am I
it
dead?
is your turn.
Can I,
You're
technically unconscious.
You're making death saves.
and what do the bear and the upset
You
leopard say?
see, the crowd has gone from chanting to concerned whispering, and you can see that Muck's not getting up. So I'm adding you two back into initiative. So actually, Em, you would be the first to respond then. You've just gotten over to your seat. You see Muck go down and not get back up. And the halfling is like looking at the healing potion, grabs another one, pours that one into Muck's mouth, it does nothing.
Okay, are we at me then, or is it something?
Yeah, you were at you in the initiative now.
I'm gonna use whatever speed I have to get there.
Yep, you can absolutely. You're not gonna be able to. Hold on. Let's say you were brought up over here. With your feline agility, how much speed does that add?
So it doubles it, so I would move 60.
Okay, you're not gonna be able to get up to Muck.
If I can dash then.
Unless you dash, yeah. Yeah. With a dash, you manage to get up to Muck. And Artelon has also, he stopped, like, cheering. And he is now crouched down next to the halfling, trying to help wake Muck up. You see Muck is bleeding and not responding to the healing potion.
What did you
the
fucking
halfling-
do? You told us that this wouldn't happen.
This doesn't... the healing potion's not working.
Why would a healing
Try
potion
something
not
else.
be working? Like, why, what have you got?
You see the halfling calls over, and someone else starts scrambling down the ladder. We're gonna get to that in a moment. Blurta, you're up next.
Scrambling.
Scrambling. Just a query. So,
Yes.
with my Eldritch Blast,
Yeah.
the assumption is they happen in succession.
Yeah.
So if I was to hit with... So I'll be firing at disadvantage for the first one, whatever.
And then push them away, and then you wouldn't have disadvantage on the next.
Yes. Yeah.
That's also why the pushing into the wall didn't do any damage.
Right. That's fine. So the first one is 16 to hit.
Hits.
So that is 11 plus 3 fire damage.
Okay. She is definitely bloodied at this point. You
Oh,
were
Jesus.
whittling down her hit points.
I mean, she's going to win because... and that will hit again. And that will be a rather measly 6 damage.
Yeah. She is 20 feet away from you now.
And I can't really go anywhere, so I'll go up to the corner, I guess.
All right. Bridget jumps off the wall and rushes over to Muck as well as the person scrambling down the ladder runs over and casts some kind of healing spell that also doesn't seem to work. The Owlin is also going to dash to try to get as close as possible. Muck. Actually, it was Nimbo first. Nimbo, you're still a bear.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow suit. I'm going to. Oh no! no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this distraction to. Is there like somewhere that I could just like a little?
No one is looking at you.
Oh, amazing! Action.
Yes.
Turn into a furbolg.
Yep. Wisdom save. You're either gonna be a hybrid or a furbolg.
21.
You're not gonna stay. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. And the DC drops again on your transformation.
Does my disguise come back?
No.
Okay. All right. That's action and movement. You can probably take me back down to normal size again.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Running over the walls, you're getting as close as you can.
Can I kind of mutter a prayer to Varea and Vias and do a kind of just
make a religion
me as
check.
player knows what's going to happen, but
Make a religion check.
Oh, religion 16.
Okay, redemption for Nimbo. You feel something you've not felt before. It's not one of your gods, but it's a god, and you've definitely been close to his presence before in Crowrun's Nest. And the feeling seems to be an shit.
I send a vibe back, holding the shield of Idol that Muck had given me. I send back a vibe of like, so you think this is fair? You think this is just?
You hear you feel another sense of failure.
Failure
from the
whose
god's part. It's not your failure.
That is deeply, deeply troubling to Nimbo. And realizing that maybe kind of having the first inklings of thoughts that maybe the gods can't always have our backs, and maybe they aren't infallible. I'm gonna try a Hail Mary healing word.
Okay.
Muck. Okay, I'll use the spell slot.
You don't even need to roll it. It's not gonna.
I was just
pull it out. You feel like it should sort of sink in, and instead it just washes over Muck's body.
Okay. With my object interaction, I'm fumbling around in my components badge for a significant sized diamond.
Okay. Blurta, your opponent, 20 feet away, looks at you, looks over at the crowd that's gathered around your friend, and yells over, "Shall we call it here? Because that's not normal."
Is she yelling that to me or to the crowd?
Yeah, to you.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Okay, and she flies and dashes over to help as well. You and let me see. Blurta, do you have 30 feet of flying movement, or 40?
Yes.
To which one?
So I've got
30 or 40.
I believe it's 30. Let me just double check. 30 foot.
30 foot. Okay. You're not going to be able to get up to Muck this turn, but I will allow M. You've got one action before Muck rolls another death save.
It's not gonna work if I try and stabilize. So I'm also gonna make a religion check.
Go for it.
Before I roll it, I just want to the message would be sending, I don't believe in any of you. And by that, I know you exist, but I don't believe in you. Change that.
Make a religion check.
19.
You see, standing on the other side of Muck from where you're crouched, a figure you've seen once before in the Temple of Vias back in Blisshold. Nankaina dressed in shining armor, a shield at their side, green eyes looking down at you. As Shoho points at the ring Muck is wearing. That should have been destroyed a long time ago. But it is not the failing of the gods that it was not. It was Casimir. Stabilize your friend, and then heal her. And that is where we're going to take our break. See you folks in 10 minutes.
We're marching through the swamp like this.
We're the finger blasters, and we're here to say something.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Do you wish to consummate this marriage?
Consummate here? No. That's
Not,
for
not, not in that sense.
not,
Not in the aquarium, Alex!
not in front of the Kraken, it's just a baby.
Maybe like a scene where you got one Bollywood like on a throne kind of thing, and then all the other races are around.
Making a Bollywood supremacy case.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you're gonna see is with every single breath, her tattoos start to shimmer, and then they start to grow out of her skin into real plants, and even the ones on her neck grow onto her face.
As you
That was
leave,
fun.
you see him kind of like, he's smiling, but he's also shaking his head.
We get that a lot.
Put, a hand gently on a big hand on the small of the back. Not small of the back, sorry, between the shoulder blades. Sorry, not like that. No. Between the shoulder blades. The top of the back.
Roll to seduce the goblin.
Just over the tramps now.
The dragon snorts a little bit and then says, "The conservationists, I have heard it all, and now I see that my nest has been disturbed. What a morning!" And he turns around and begins sort of like trying to tidy up bits of the nest. So, you want to advance my species, is it? How strange.
Murder.
Yeah.
Murder.
Murder.
You're kind of.
I think we should set sail again. We've sat idle long enough, Billy. I think we should sail that way, towards those particularly majestic-looking seals. I'll get the clubs.
If you come to the bathroom and come in, you'll just hear a shout going, "No Armani, no Punani."
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Missed that perception check, huh? Life can be so short. Do you want to kiss me?
Now that's a fucking critical hit.
Wrong credit.
Yeah.
And Muck is dead. Maybe. It is your turn.
Okay, so seeing that like ethereal version of an Unkaina tell me to stabilize, looking at the ring, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic just to see what else I can find out about it.
Yeah. Should have really in the break looked up what the wording of Detect Magic. I think it just tells you when the magic is present and what type it is, right?
Yeah, it's the type that I'm looking to find out, really.
Yeah. So this ring definitely seems to be it's healing magic primarily. But it's not like it's different than in previous times when you've cast Detect Magic. In previous times you would have noticed it as just being like healing magic, but now it seems to be the exact opposite almost. It seems to be that any healing that is provided to Muck seems to be getting drawn into the ring.
Oh, that's great news. I wonder what's living in there. Okay.
Hit dice.
Yeah.
A hit dice Potamus.
I will turn to Nimbo and Blurta, not even like engaging with any of the others.
Yeah.
We need to get that ring off of her finger.
You're the only one who's actually there at the moment.
Is Nimbo not
We're
here
staying
yet?
in initiative order because Muck's rolling death saves.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm running across the bar to what I'm like. One turn's running.
Yeah.
Away from.
They'll both reach you in the next turn.
Okay.
But they're not there yet.
I'm looking for advice, so I'm gonna look to Yarrow. Right. Should I take it off? What do you think?
Flip a coin.
What advice?
I don't know. This is magic's your thing.
You're a magical being from the Fey realm. You're
not from wherever this thing's from.
I think flipping a coin is probably the wrong decision. Like we can't rely on the roll of the dice. I'm just gonna do it, and I'm gonna just try taking the ring off.
Yeah, the ring comes off easily.
Nothing visible happens, or
on the Muck's turn. Muck, you fail a death save.
Go.
You watch as Muck turns paler, and you watch her breathing become more labored.
I'll look before we.
Blurta and Nimbo have managed to make it up to Muck at this point.
I think we can heal her now. I think it's this, and hold up the ring.
Can I? Are we still in initiative order at this point, or?
Yes. So M can't do anything until Nimbo and Blurt have both done something.
I'm going to, having seen that magic hasn't been working, I'm going to go old school. I'm going to step back. I'm a healer. Because no one apart from my friends has seen me in this form.
Nope.
So I'm going to rub my hands together and do a medicine check.
Go for it.
That's a 9.
Does it help that I was also going to do that and thus might give you advantage?
Well, I'll let Blurta roll your own medicine check instead. Yeah, a 9, I'm afraid. You're trying to stop the bleeding, and it's just like all of Muck's wounds that she patched up with healing potions, with those like rapid application of hit dice, it all seems to have just come loose.
Like trying to put fingers in all of the like.
Yes,
and
yes.
It just keeps,
And
like,
it's
every
when
time
you do,
you
then
push one in, it starts like squirting out of another.
Exactly. Yeah.
I start looking at my shoes as if I need to take them off.
Yeah. Blurta, your medicine check, please.
Okie dokie. Well, my medicine is -1, so that's 15.
That is, you were looking, yeah, that is enough. Muck, on 2 failed death saves, you stabilize. As with Blurta's help, Nimbo holding the wounds close, you're not back to any hit points yet, but you're no longer rolling. Oh, actually, you stabilize. And you can tell that Muck stabilizes. And yet somehow the breathing still gets weaker and weaker. M. You've got 1 turn before Muck fills another death save.
I do have a bonus action.
Okay, what's your bonus action?
I don't know whether this is going to be at all useful, but Nimbo would just keep like yelling healing words.
It's still
at
not
Mark.
working.
Okay.
So healing's just not working.
No.
Is the thing still there? Is the show hole still there?
Showhole is still there and is looking
Is it only
between
M who
ring.
sees Shoal?
Only M can see Showhole. Yeah. Is looking between Muck and the ring, and Customer never said how it worked. Maybe put it back. If it's tied to her.
Put it back on.
Yes.
Oh, okay. This seems very... Okay, yeah, put it back on.
Muck, you gain 1 hit point.
Oh
As the ring comes back around your finger, the darkness that was everywhere within you and around you fades. And you come to watch M still holding your hand from having put the ring back on, and Nimbo and Blurta both desperately trying to stem the bleeding. Bandages are getting shoved at them by the other contestants and the healers. Nimbo is yelling healing words, which are still not taking effect, but you are conscious.
Before anything else happens and before like you come in, I am gonna just like with my head turn and look at Shohu and go fucking nowhere. You stay here.
I'm always here. And fades, but you still like from sight, but the presence is still there in the same way it has been since the Temple abides in the sorrow.
I think Muck like coughs up like a gob of blood and then looks between like Muck, M and Nimbo, who are like the closest to, is just like, did I win?
Not technically, but you're here.
Okay.
How many fingers am I holding?
Okay. 5.
Okay, she's concussed as hell.
Well, we don't know if she. I don't think we've ever established if Muck can count, so let's not.
1, many.
Perhaps the only way in which Muck is binary.
She's actually a really good computer programmer.
Yeah. The Goliath and the elf help you get Muck back on her feet, and sort of they pretty much need to carry you up the ladder and take you to not one of the tables around the pit, where everyone is like whispering, looking at the 4 of you. You hear now occasional confused whispers of, where'd the bear go?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be like acting as if I like maybe I'm kind of a spectator who got involved. I'm not gonna be trying to let on that I'm with these guys, and I'll ask like, oh, by the way, where did that bear guy go? Like, I I did hear a kind of like growling and retching noise coming from the outhouse.
Make a perception check.
Fuck you. 3. It's a magic number.
Ping and Bridget, who are the two who are helping you, to a back room, sort of behind a curtain, which seems to have some kind of like sound dampening spell on it, so the noise of the crowd is much less. Ping looks up at you. Right. So are you a Goliath, a Furbolg, or a bear? Because I'm confused.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious. Won't
Okay,
give you
as
any
long as it's not a
trouble,
problem.
won't make you fight again. But I did consider it.
Oh, okay.
But frankly, you made Bridget so happy by throwing her out of the pit that
It was a great match, and I go to shake Bridget's hand.
yeah, Bridget is very happy to have fought a bear and getting thrown about by a bear. As they help and deposit Muck into a chair, the halfling healer is still sort of bustling about and starts like patching up your wounds.
Muck's like,
they're
I
not
have
the
like
most competent healer, but they've
Muck's like,
got a lot of enthusiasm.
Can I be casting guidance on them? Just
Yes,
to kind of...
yes. Yeah.
Muck's like, guys, I've got like 2 more healing potions in my backpack. Like,
Do we
just
know...
let me chug them.
It doesn't seem like they've been working. While you were out, how much do you remember?
You
went down and you came back
sword. Up? Yes. Yeah. I didn't even know I went down.
Yeah, so unfortunately you did go down. And what was absolutely terrifying is that nothing was working. We were trying for... We thought we'd lost you. Like, look, I had the diamond out and everything, and I don't even know if that would have worked. We used magic, we used potions, nothing.
Oh shit. Okay.
But then
well, put your diamonds
somehow,
away. I'm all right.
I think Sam kind of not Sam.
I'll look around like
a small trickle of blood comes from Nimbo's nose.
So the fifth member of the party we've never mentioned before.
Yeah.
It's Yarrow's Fey name is just Sam.
It's short for like some
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, if you know Fey's real name, you know, who knows what happens.
M took your ring off, put it back on again. I don't know if that made a difference. Also, M, who were you talking to?
I was talking to them, and I would gesture at nothing.
Can I Arcana check the ring?
It's not going to identify it. It's not going to do anything that the detect magic hasn't.
It's not get like because I don't quite understand how the process of it working even, so I won't even get that.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, make an Arcana check.
No.
Okay. Yeah, no. It would have been a high DC anyways. This is something you really do need to identify for, to work out the finer details of it, how it works.
Where?
Kind of?
Like,
is she still here?
Like your cats? Do you just have loads of ghosts following you around all the time?
but why did putting it back on help? If it was sapping the life out of her, then surely taking it off.
A parasite can't survive without a host.
Was it some kind of
True that.
Alright. Whatever
Have
the
an
fancy equivalent
inspiration
of a
test.
battery is it just
It seems like there's a connection between the two, as Marcus said, and that needs to be severed.
Oh, fucking Casimir. I'm a way better champion than this guy. I'm not kind of like cursed anybody. Okay,
Well, I mean,
and then
If tomorrow I might be able to, do some magic that might be able to help, but till then I'm pretty tapped.
It does feel like we all need to go to sleep.
just give me 1 second. And Buck turns around and goes, "Hey, Idle, what the fuck?"
Make a religion check.
Okay.
I love the different.
Can I guide or help?
Yeah, you can, because Muck's not being subtle about this.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Muck, you get a vision. You're back in the cavern, in the Grim Hollow, Crowrun's nest. And you're not looking out of, your body at the height you'd expect to be. You're slightly shorter. And there's a bunch of creatures in cages all around you. As you look down at this box, and the ring that sat inside it, you hear a voice, unfamiliar to you. Cass, I really don't think it's a good idea to keep using it. I know it helps. But when it doesn't help, it really causes problems for everyone else. And you look over to see a not quite human woman with long white hair and very pale skin. She looks concerned. And then you feel yourself respond as Casimir Crowrun. Sure, we've all got to make sacrifices. And it's not going to be a problem if I don't go down. The ring's helpful. Just, bring your medicine bag. We'll be fine. The vision fades.
Ah, you twisted monster fucker. Yeah, let's just get a good night's sleep, guys.
If, not gonna get involved in any of what's going on here. You realize Pings just sort of stood next to the curtain. This is entirely your business. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. You were good opponents. It was good fights. I enjoyed it. Except for the scare you gave us at the end there. You want to come back here? I'm sure some of our patrons might have some work for you. Or something else. It's a lot of interesting folk down here. Just please don't forget the password.
What was the password again? Sorry, I hit my head.
Break or bend.
So does
We're
that
here every
change
evening.
periodically, or is it just that all the time?
We'll let you know if it does.
Thanks.
And good to know that our initial suspicions that this was some kind of foul play can be laid to rest.
We just
you can
don't want the
understand
wrong-
why our minds went there,
Yeah. No, totally fair. We just don't want the wrong kind of people showing up, This is all good, clean fun.
Yeah.
Don't need any involvement from... Yeah? Yeah, sometimes. There's a few sinless who come up. As long as they don't cause any trouble, we don't mind. As long as they don't try to take the place over, we don't mind. No crest guard. No city guard. None of those folks. We get, bounty hunters and such, but a lot of our more eccentric patrons like to find employees here. What they do outside of this place, I'm not got a lot of control over. A good way to judge how well people fight. Looking for anyone in particular?
Yes. I think after no one else is answering for a while, I was like, actually, we were looking for a relative of our friend here, and I gestured to Limbo.
All right.
Just someone with the same particular set of skills as you witnessed down there.
We got a fair share of druids in here.
Anyone who prefers the form of a bear?
What, Halson? Yeah, he's there all the time when he's not fucking all of Baldur's Gate. Not that I... No? Not that I can think of.
Okay.
I mean, we've got people who like to wild shape, but not anyone who's always a bear or anything.
Okay, Dagmar. I am furiously scrolling through my notes, trying and failing to recall any
That's okay.
information that we have about the werebear and her partner who we are tracking.
Who
the fuck are they?
Partner. So the werebear's name is Katya. She is new in town. Missile is the partner. And she is the one who is usually in the fight club, not the werebear.
That's it.
Okay, so then
hence Ping's confusion about this question.
So then Nimbo is gonna do this. There was when we first heard about the pits here. Someone did mention a performer to look out for, and given my kind of lackluster performance just then, I thought I could learn a thing or two. Begins with M. Mercy, Missile.
Missile? Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while.
Can I try and get a vibe check of do they react to that name at all?
Make an insight check.
It's gonna be 17.
Okay. Definitely familiar with Missile. Seems to be familiar also with Missile's skill set. A little bit curious why you're asking about her specifically, but not in a this must be something sketchy type of way. More of a interesting, not necessarily who I was expecting you to ask about.
I was like, I also, if possible, I'd appreciate you not telling her I asked, because if I do manage to speak with her and kind of learn some of her skills, I don't want to seem like some kind of fanboy or something, I've got my dignity.
To assist, is this going to be a deception check at all? So I'm just going to go. To be honest, he had a little bit of a crush.
Yeah, make a deception check at advantage, Limbo.
13.
Okay. Not 19 insight. You people are odd.
We get that a lot.
I really don't care why you want. Like, if you want to kill Missile, just don't do it here.
Deal.
Okay, just no killing in the Fight Club. That's the second rule of Fight Club.
Gotcha.
Third rule of Fight Club.
What's the second one?
Refer back to Rule 1.
Oh yes, good point.
And we don't talk about it.
Exactly, yeah. Just, I don't care. Missile, not fussed about them one way or another. Haven't seen them here in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
Don't think she's a druid. I don't know if any of these questions you're asking me are connected.
Yeah, it's probably not worth worrying about.
I don't. Not my business, not my problem.
Awesome. We love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dagmar, out of character, with this, is it worth asking about Five Fingers?
Ooh, the sinless who disappeared.
Yes.
This is not a sinless place.
Okay, cool. Never mind then.
Yeah, the ferret is the sinless bar, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Weasel. Yes.
Grey Weasel.
Yeah. The ferret is their secret Fight Club.
Well, should we go and try and get some sleep and rest up?
Yeah, this has been great. I mean, we'll be back. Whether to have a scrap or whether to have a pint, if you're down.
Yeah. For both. If you win any fights from now on, you'll get a cut of the earnings. So, you ever short for cash, you know where to cut. But, no more dying.
Mark looks at the elf and goes, "I'll get you next time," and winks. And then limps away.
as you leave, he toasts you. I look forward to our fight. Please don't die.
Can I?
I'm not gonna fucking
people
die.
People are softly patting Muck and seem very pleased to see that you're not dead.
She's cringing so hard right now. This is like literal waking up in your underwear on exam day, nightmare scenario for her. Yeah, this is it.
Everyone's
bad.
genuinely concerned, and this is the worst moment of Muck's life.
Yeah, she's gonna get out there before she takes psychic damage.
Goes back to 0.
Yeah.
Can I go up to her?
Yes.
Yeah. And I just want to be like, you know what? That was a really fun fight. For me anyway, because I didn't die, which was nice. And but I'm gonna come back when I'm better, and I'm gonna try again.
I look forward to that. I would have killed you.
Oh, absolutely.
I will kill you next time. Not kill, Ping will be mad, but you know what I mean.
We'll see. I just gotta change the... Oh, also I go and scrape up my caltrops.
They've been collected for you by one of the ring attendants. They've been left in a pile.
Like ball boys at a tennis competition,
much, yeah.
but
Caltrop.
Yeah. Caltrop lads.
And you can also see where where all of you had bled and disrupted things. They've covered new sawdust and hay everywhere, and there's a few people scrapping. You can see spells flying. No people flying this time though. I don't know why, but my instinct was to say one guy's a horse. One guy's a horse now. All right, sure. There's spells flying and one guy's a horse.
I love that.
It's a really depressed horse in a vest.
I wouldn't fight a horse. I'd rather fight a person than a horse.
I don't. Okay.
Whilst
We're not going into this.
Whilst they are
Focus.
all saying their goodbyes and we'll be backs and
Yeah.
retrieving caltrops and looking at horses, M has probably already gone outside and is just staring at the sky. And what's the kind of bin like? Are there bins around or like something where I can throw something away?
This is not a world building question I was expecting to get.
Or a drain, like a drain.
There are definitely drains. There would also be bins, but probably they're like not like regularly on every street.
Okay.
So this is like a smaller street, so there isn't one here.
If there's a drain around, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be looking at where the feeling from Shohu's coming from. Like, we're way in over our head, aren't we?
You get a wash of solidarity.
I don't know why we're doing what we're doing when it doesn't feel like we're prepared for this. It doesn't feel like we're the right people who should be doing this. Why have basically children been sent out to do a job like this? And I'm gonna take my crest guard and put it into the drain.
Okay.
I don't want to be associated with that. Oh. No. I'll stick around for them, but I'm not working for them anymore.
Shovel reforms. It's not the crown who has tasked you with this. And even if you choose to walk away now, it is your decisions that will impact how things go.
I get that. But I want it to be my decisions.
It will be.
Not the decisions of people in power.
They would never have been.
Well, that's good to know. Can I talk to you more?
It's difficult for me to be this present, this far from where my soul is bound. Go to my seal.
I'll look at the cats. I'll think, did I get the feeling that's where they were trying to take me?
Similar direction.
Okay.
Shohu acknowledges you looking at the cats. I think they'd prefer a stop on the way.
Oh, I think I would too.
There's 3 of them now. As there were once 4 of you. Might be time to put them to rest.
I don't know that I'm ready to do that yet.
That's okay.
Oh, look at me crying in the street. This is not. No, I don't do this.
Maybe let your friends see. You stick around for them, but they are also here for you. Sheol fades back out.
Around this time, it's probably around about the time that the finger blasters start limping away, supporting each other out of the tailor's shop. And Nimbo will just kind of wordlessly put his spare arm around the shoulder of like slowly and kind of making eye contact for consent. And if they are comfortable with that, then the crew kind of quietly limp off in quiet solidarity at all having been through a lot today, and knowing without words that shared bond, as well as everything that they've built between each other over the last few weeks, is in times like this especially valuable.
As the hand goes round my shoulder, I will just start to audibly weep.
It's okay, Em. You can share it if you want. You know, we're always here for you.
None of this is okay.
No, it's all fucked. It's all fucked. We weren't even ready. Not for this, not for the whole thing. But I guess, you know, it never happens when you are.
And I'll then look at Muck and be like, and you, don't go dying on us again. We weren't ready for that.
It's not like a thing for me, guys. I'm usually really tough. It's just some bad accessorizing. I'll never do it again.
I think you'll find dying is my thing, so leave it to the professionals.
Good point. Good.
To be fair, you had him. You were this close, man. I could see him swaying. His eyes were going all funny. He was bleeding out of every part that I could see. That was
every
impressive.
orifice. I think I won in spirit. Honestly, I think he just did a little trick on me that last one. But I think I should have probably won.
Yeah, you had it.
I would have got it. Yeah, next time.
Do you think it'll happen again?
What? Me losing a fight? Never.
But
never.
You know what we're talking about, Mark.
But if you do, are we gonna have to do that again?
No, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I don't want to do that again. Everyone looks at you weird afterwards. It's fucking grim.
People look at us weird every day.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I was working on the assumption that was ore, personally, but...
No.
Hey, the world is not as simple as just feeling one thing at a time. People can be in awe, confused, impressed, resentful, jealous, all at the same time.
Of me, yes.
Muck lifts Blurter over her shoulders. I still got it. It does some like squats while also shoulders.
How much does it hurt?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I subtly use another bit of my the thing that lets me fly, and I just let her do that. Sorry.
Never mind the con save. Yeah, Muck.
I got 19.
Blurta has never felt lighter. You managed to pick her up.
Yeah.
You are breathing a bit heavy because you are still on 1 hit point.
Got that.
You
asthma.
do. The 4 of you make your way back to the old jester, the inn you're staying at, and I'm ready for bed.
We all yawn.
Make your way to your beds, and get ready to sleep. Is there anything anyone would like to do before or in the early stages of sleep? Okay. And my inevitable question, Blurta, are you sleeping in the room or in your sanctuary?
I'm feeling sanctuary tonight. Like, much as she was the only one standing, and she's very pleased with herself and trying ever so hard not to like tell everyone about how character growth. She's just like, no, I need my fluffy pillows today.
As three of you settle down into the decently comfortable beds, Blurta, you enter the case that your opal eye came from. You sink down into the pillows inside this lavishly dressed pocket dimension of the fire plane. And right as you close your eyes, you hear, "Well, it's been a while, hasn't it, Blurta? I think we need to talk." You open your eyes to see Brum, your patron. And I'm sure heave a heavy sigh. And we're going to start with that conversation next week.
Yay.
Job, folks. Moment I've been waiting on since.
Yeah.
Let me check my notes. Session.
I'm so glad that I spent
10?
so long stressing about spell slots and stuff, and then turned into a bear and got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as we rehash what's happened, folks, pick your MVP and give them a moment of awesome. I believe Nimbo still... Oh no, everyone's used theirs at this point.
Yeah.
Everyone has used theirs, so we're back to a clean slate.
M for the ACAB moment.
Yeah. Like that a lot.
They've had enough. They've just, no, none of this. We shouldn't be doing this. Why are we doing this? Fuck them.
Yeah.
I think this is a question that like has been on all of the players' minds from day one. But because we're playing like work experience cops,
Dumbass team.
That's been a journey. But it's really nice to to have one of our characters really kind of come to grips with that.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And I know off screen we've had this discussion, but expect some foreigners to show up who are going to be real confused about the child cops very soon. I think then in that case, Sam, you get the moment of awesome to use next week or in a future session. I have to say, Rachel, I was on the edge of my fucking seat, especially because you'd use your moment of awesome to get your relentless endurance back.
Yeah.
And you were both on, you and Artelon were 2 hit points each. You had relentless endurance, and he had an ability that as long as he had the favor of the crowd, he'd get 10 hit points back if he got knocked out. So
yeah, those 3 misses in a row.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
But I hope you enjoyed these fights. I tried to find some interesting
I wouldn't say enjoy. I'd say I wouldn't say enjoy. Just like got knocked the fuck out.
I mean,
probably would have been better if you'd all had slightly more resources available to you.
Honestly, I really enjoyed it.
It's been a long ass day.
Honestly, I really enjoyed it once I stopped trying to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and next session you'll have to work out exactly what the fuck's going on in that ring, which I'm looking forward to. But in that case, folks, we will be back next Sunday at 7 p.m. BST with more Witness to Ruin. We hope you enjoyed this. Keep an eye on our socials for Crab Museum updates, and we'll see you all very soon. Good night, folks.